Good evening to you, friends. So they are accused of serious felonies, but tonight the I-Team found thousands of people could be still walking free tonight.
It's what some call a crisis, and it's impacting the largest law enforcement agencies in our area. Hundreds of active felony warrants unexecuted.
Our chief investigator, Chris Nakamoto, went looking for answers and finds out if the paperwork for some of these cases might have just been filed and then forgotten. Chris.
Good evening, Greg and Liz. The I-Team requested public records from the largest law enforcement agencies in our area. What we found was alarming. More than 2,000 active felony warrants that remain open.
Yeah, keep the sheet on.
Paralyzed from the neck down from a 2019 crash.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Ray Carl Henderson now has trouble doing simple tasks like using a phone, which now require his chin. Henderson had just left work when the crash happened. Now, after spending months in the hospital, he's home. The man accused of causing the crash never brought to justice. Take another good look. This is his mugshot from a previous arrest. The I-Team discovered a felony arrest warrant for Calvin Williams, filed nearly 7 years ago, seemingly slipped through the cracks. Last fall, we went looking for Williams at his last known address near LSU's campus. A neighbor who didn't want to talk told us they saw him at that same home just days before. Fast forward 5 months and a car was in the driveway, but no one came to the door. Williams' warrant remains active and unexecuted. This is what Baton Rouge police told us in August.
It gets put on the back burner in a sense because our detectives are constantly working new cases as they come up. They're constantly making other arrests as those other cases are coming up. So it's not to say that it's forgotten. It isn't. It's just to say that they're working all these other cases that are coming up with this other case still pending.
Williams' warrant among more than 2,000 active felony warrants obtained by the I-Team through a public records request from the largest law enforcement agencies in our area. We asked the Baton Rouge Police Department, East Baton Rouge, West Baton Rouge, Livingston, Ascension, and Iberville Sheriff's offices for their active felony warrants. BRPD never responded, despite us identifying at least 2 we've reported on recently. Here's how the others look. EBRSO has 673 active felony warrants. West Baton Rouge, 448 felonies. Ascension, 460 felonies. Livingston, 323 felonies. And Iberville promised they'd get us their numbers, but never did. Those numbers collectively include more than 2,000 individuals identified and accused of felony crimes across the region. Crimes ranging from murder, attempted murder, rape, and theft.
As a longtime cop, I hope that the public continues to have faith in the system, but those of us who are or were in the system need to make sure that our actions are such that the public can maintain faith in the system.
Greg Ferris has spent a lifetime career in law enforcement and says the numbers are disturbing. Ferris says although certain circumstances may provide excuses for certain warrants not being executed, the sheer volume of wanted suspects in our area is not only alarming, but it's also a threat to public safety.
The priority needs to be somebody that's a danger to the public, that has done something that severely injures a member of the public, and whom we can probably successfully prosecute.
The I-Team crunched the data from the agencies and found nearly half of the top 5 oldest felony warrants in our area involve sex crimes. East Baton Rouge saying their oldest warrants will likely remain open because they exhausted all efforts and their 5 oldest wanted suspects are believed to be out of the country. It's a problem plaguing many agencies.
When you have a felony warrant on an individual, what that means is that somebody's investigated 1 or more crimes, and they have constructed an affidavit, a sworn affidavit under penalty of perjury, that says that this individual, I believe this individual has committed this crime.
The warrant in Ray Carl's case is not alone. The I-Team exposing this man, Rob Kirk Sharper, accused of stealing thousands of dollars from people in Baton Rouge, has never been brought to justice, despite 2 active felony warrants being filed against him following our reporting. Last year, the I-Team exposed Sharper was accused of posing as a fake lawyer. 2 women claimed they were duped by him for thousands of dollars. We went looking for him last week.
I contacted him Tuesday and I asked him, I said, did you hear anything? He said he was gonna call me. He called me, same thing, nothing. So I started feeling like a little eerie.
To add credibility to him, like his connections run deep. You know, if you go to his, again, he approached me on Facebook. If you look at his Facebook page, he's got pictures with all kind of local politicians and everybody else. So his connections run deep. So you would have no reason to think that this man is lying to you when he's with people who are so respected in the community.
With thousands of wanted felony fugitives with active warrants in our community, experts believe a systemic problem exists and more money needs to be spent to clear the backlog.
Gotta pull this off.
It's something Ray Carl Henderson supports.
It's really concerning because the whole time you're like, if somebody else was in this position, they're thinking that the police and who's ever taking over the case, thinking that they're like doing what they have to do on their part to find this guy, but the whole time the case was just thrown away and just was sitting there.
The critics and victims we spoke to say this is not just a law enforcement issue, but a community crisis, and raises the question if this problem is putting your safety at risk. For the WAFBI team, I'm Chris Nakamoto. Greg, Liz.
All right, Chris, many thanks.